the day before the launch. Hi everyone, welcome to Airfix and Chill, and tonight we're going to be talking about tomorrow's big launch day. So hopefully we'll get some interesting comments in the chat. So just welcoming everyone in the chat, the likes of Celtic West 420 scale models, Morrowind, Scottish Model Builder, Jaboys Kaz. Just going through quickly. I think that's everyone. Oh, Tabodley goes in the chat as well. Welcome. And Luke Island, nice to see you, my friend. And also everyone that's here in the actual Chill Factory. Nice to see you. Plastic Alchemist, nice to see you back.
Thank you. Good evening.
Been a while, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
Good. Sonny, how are you, my friend? All internet sorted?
It's all going good so far. We've had a couple of streams. It's been fine.
How's the workshop build going?
Well, but this week, probably between this week and next week it'll start.
Okay.
We're going to get some walls up and some stuff, and I've got a lecky coming in to give me a quote Thursday for some sockets.
How big's your pockets, mate?
Not very big. It's only a couple of plug sockets, so it should be all right.
Brilliant.
Hopefully.
Straight over. That's good. Straight over to Matt. Nice to see you, my friend, jumping in.
Good evening.
And how's your workshop build going?
I wish I had one. Funny.
Oh dear. By the way, you must be busy today then, because Hornby had their launch day today, didn't they?
Today? I thought it was tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow morning, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
You have a busy day tomorrow.
I'm so busy tomorrow.
Are you popping in later on, though, want you into
I will try my
stream?
best. Yeah, I can't be there for the start, but I might be able to drop in at some point.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 3:30 we start the live stream, and we'll have a bit of banter, a bit of gossip, see what's going on. Then at 4:00 when we'll have the screen open, obviously with audio, and we'll watch Dale give his big presentation, telling us that the Bearcats come in and the TSR is going to be in there. They're going to do a 1:72 scale Concorde. We could go on and on and on. But yes. So Matt, Captain VFC, how are you, my friend?
I am good, thank you. How are you, Moz?
Oh, I'm marvelous, mate. I'm a bit. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I don't really, I couldn't give two figs now about Christmas Eve and all that. I'm normally getting drunk in a corner on Christmas Eve and waking up with 11 o'clock with a sore head, with her shouting at me, "Have you got the turkey in the oven yet?" So yeah, definitely one of them. But yeah, so this is my Christmas really. Every year, Airfix launch, it's going to be a good one, I think. And I even, I can dream, can't I? Anyway, we're back to Ms. Modeler. Lexley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Well, you just said how you are. I don't really need to ask you again, do I? But hey.
Liking the nails?
Thanks. Now they don't look like I've got stubs.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, we've got Dave Hardy scale modelled in as well. We'll add him to the chat. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Not too bad, me yourself.
Yeah. Hey, all good, mate. All good.
Phone issue here. Bear with us.
What camera have you got there? Your handheld one, is it?
It's just an iPhone. Aye, just the iPhone. Aye.
Oh, fair play.
That's my tech skill there. That's it done.
Fair play. That's it done, is it? Brilliant. Remember, to everyone in the chat, please go and visit these channels. Give them a like on one of the videos. Give them a sub as well. And if you can, share their content to your social media. So, anyway, we have one clue on what Airfix are going to release tomorrow.
Is it going to be a kit?
It's going to be a kit.
Is that the clue?
There's going to be many
That's
kits.
the clue. This is the clue. Here we have it. 2023 kit clue. Does anyone have any ideas what this kit could be?
Spitfire.
So we'll click on. We'll get the image. What was that?
Spitfire. It's
Spitfire. Well done.
There's going to be one.
That's it, gents. We'll see you next year.
It's been a while since we had one, so yeah.
It has been a while. It's been 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair.
Been 12 months.
I'm going to put a
Long
fiver
enough.
Why is that not getting bigger? Let's get that bigger.
Wait.
Way.
Steady.
There you go.
Right.
Now,
So
obviously, I can see a wing. Can
it's
you
the
see
trailing
a wing?
edge of a wing.
It
The
is,
trailing edge of a wing.
which
but
means it's
also-
probably a plane.
Jet Providence.
Apparently, somebody's blown this picture up and have said this is a photoshopped image because you can see a modern day bus on one of the roads. So, you
Let me
know,
see that.
it's but in their replies, people have put their thoughts and said, "Oh, I'd like a 1-48C Vixen." Somebody said Chipmunk, but we've
No,
already had
Chipmunk.
Wonder Woman's Invisible Plane and James Bond's Aston Martin Vanish. I thought that was a good one. Klingon Bird of Prey Cloaked. I thought that was a good answer. 1-72 Poseidon, please. But there's seems to be much more emphasis on a hurricane recently in 1-24. Yeah, it's definitely not a bear cat.
It doesn't
Not
look
a
like the
bad-
trailing edge of a hurricane, does it?
No, it's too
No.
white, isn't it?
I think it's a Jet Provost.
Wrong
to be
shape.
honest.
It is the wrong
A
shape.
new one. When was the last Jet Province done? 2012, wasn't it?
2012ish, yeah, but that was
Yeah.
172. So if they're going bigger, if they're going 148, maybe.
Possibly. It looks like one of
Because
them.
there's a flying models kick for 1-48, isn't there?
Yeah.
Is there flying models?
Haven't they got that thing at Duxford anyway coming up soon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's next week. Next on Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, so whatever. If they do announce something, then they won't announce it's part of their range tomorrow because otherwise
They won't
they'll be
announce
overpriced.
anything on the Hurricane Day because when they did their yearly roundup on their channel, they turned around and said, "We promise you, we're not releasing no kits on the Hurricane Day."
Oh, okay.
Last year it fell in nice because they had the Spitfire, which was 2 days before the launch. Because I was there and there was a catalogue in Dale's car and he wouldn't give it to me.
So you
I
stole
had
it?
to wait. No, did I? How? Listen, yeah, I know what side my bread's buttered, mate. I tell you that much. You know what I mean? Now, somebody in the comments have said, I'm led to believe that's White Waltham Airfield. It was the flight test airfield for Ferry from 1947. So, hoping for a Gannet in 1/48 scale. Does that look like a
Awesome.
does that look like a Gannet
That's
in the wing?
that's not Gannet
No.
wing.
No.
Fairy Firefly, maybe.
Firefly.
No, because that aileron's metal skinned, I think.
Is there any flying Fireflies today? Because
No.
if that's a recent picture and it's
no.
colorized,
Yeah.
Actually, I think there
not
might be.
colorized, black and white even. I don't know.
The shadow directly below the pin stalk looks like a phantom climbing gently to the right.
I think we're looking too much into this. I think it's the wing of the aircraft there.
I think it's
it
the
looks more
wing.
like a Concorde.
Could
That
be the
could be.
Conqueror.
They haven't got a 1-72 scale, have they? Somebody's saying it's a pink PR Spitfire because photo could be pink, but it's been.
Oh,
Put it
because
right
you're using a photo, so it's a photo
Oh.
reconnaissance aircraft.
Could be.
That's more cryptic than I was given the credit for.
I know it won't be from the wing, but if that was the case, I really wish it was just a new Canberra
Could-
because there hasn't been one for ages.
Could we also
Yeah.
argue that it's got a wood background to the image, so it's possibly an aircraft that's made out of wood, like the Mosquito?
Ah,
No, that's metal. That's metal work. That
the aircraft.
Well, the thing is, where they dotted the pin on the picture, that's where the moon would be. So maybe they're building a new
Yeah.
SpaceX rocket.
Did you see that one that was doing the rounds on Facebook, and I sent it in the group, and it was of the UFO and the submarine, the rocket plane thing. I like the look of that. I'd buy that.
You'll buy that for
Yes,
$1, would you?
I'd
What
buy
I
it, yeah.
can say is that it is not, unfortunately, a de Havilland Rapide. That's unfortunate. Therefore, I'm going to boycott Airfix until they make one.
But they won't have the money to design and produce one if you don't buy their current kits.
The technicalities.
Would de Havilland be there as well? In theory, at that airbase, would they have tested their planes there as well? Because somebody's put a Battle or a DH Hornet.
Well, it's not a Hornet,
It's definitely not a Battle. One bit white.
and it's not a Hornet either. Even if it's not the case of white, and it's just the way that they've got the photo, it's the wrong shape.
Colorization, yeah.
What was the was it called a Hawk? And then they renamed it when they used it for World War II. Which one was that one?
The Hawk.
Yeah, was it a Hawk?
What did it look like?
Yeah, I think it was a biplane.
A
It was a
biplane.
yeah,
The Gladiator?
and then, no, the
What's the
Demon.
Gladiator?
Was it Demon?
Hawk,
They called
Demon.
it?
Oh, the Hind and the Demon.
The Hawker Heart, Hawker Hind, Hawker Demon.
Yeah, because that hasn't been done for a while, is it? They released that as a vintage classic, weren't they? Last or 3 years ago, it was a vintage classic, wasn't it?
I just built that one, didn't I?
You did.
Oh,
That's what made me think.
I feel like if they're announcing it as a vintage classic before, though, they wouldn't want to then make a new tool even semi-close because you're just going to cannibalize the sales.
Unless they do it in 148.
Yeah,
true.
Because they did the answer in 148, didn't they? And they had the one for the second older tooling.
True.
If it is true, and it's White Waltham Airfield, well, that is where Prince Philip was taught how to fly in a Chipmunk. Therefore, it's a 1/6 scale model of the Duke of Edinburgh.
I'll tell you, I put money. That's going to be a 60s aircraft.
Yeah,
50s, 60s aircraft. I'm going to put money on that.
Tigers has just put up a wiki file of the picture, Waltham Airfield. So, yeah,
if it's pre-war, it would be de Havilland, or it would be Fairey and then Westland helicopters, according to Wikipedia.
When did they last do a Hawker Fury? Somebody jump on scale, mates.
Oh, there was a 148 scale, wasn't there? That's an old one.
Yeah, that's an old one. That's heck.
But wouldn't they tend to do that?
So, what about the Rotodyne? If it's the airfield, then the Fairey Rotodyne was tested there.
Yeah.
Hang on. Didn't they put up a picture of their old tool, the actual physical tooling of the Rotodyne, at the beginning of the year?
They did. They're having a little nose around their supply.
I'm sure they did.
Lucky's just put in. Could be a new aircraft control tower, which is a good shout. To be fair.
To which scale?
Do you know what? Right? No,
76.
I put that on eBay. I had one, and I thought I ain't going to build this. Never. I put that on eBay, and I got £90 for that on a bid. £90 I got for that.
I've got one downstairs.
Yeah, get it on.
You get £100 for that.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it's like somebody put on today on Twitter, and I replied to it. What was it they put on Twitter? They said, I think it was, is it the TSR2 148 scale? And they had put, it's on bids at £11.50, and they said, I wonder what this will go up to. And I just put, well, if Airfix release it tomorrow, it'll be about £12.50. Oh. But yeah, you could, there's so many, people saying that they have a Mosquito 148, but there's already one anyway, isn't there? 148 scale. Somebody's put obviously a Canberra as well.
Haven't they got a Canberra?
It hasn't been released.
It hasn't been released in ages.
They all sell for like 50 to 100 now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? The amount of people, because I've been, the last couple of weeks I have been looking for any sort of scrap. Even just before Christmas, they put a video up of a Bearcat, and the amount of people that tagged me in it. So I thought, sod it. And then what I did, I put a tweet out saying Airfix releasing a Bearcat, put a picture up of, I think it was the Trumpeter mode or something of the Bearcat or something, or monogram mode or something, and then put a link up to YouTube. So obviously it went to Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Proper Rick and Airfix went, why did I click that link? I don't know. Honestly, there's so many. Canberra has been mentioned. I love somebody's put down the Leyland Steam Lawn Mower and Roller. because the lines in the field look absolutely immense. Yeah. A Westland Wyvern got me some clue suggests the Gannet, but the shadow is intriguing. The shadow, they're going on about the shadow. It's a Photoshop pin, and it doesn't even look that good. The shadow underneath that pin.
Not even that, but I'm pretty sure all of the shadows.
If you actually look at it, it looks like a air balloon. To be fair,
Yes, I was gonna say.
So maybe that's what they're doing.
There's a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
We never know.
We'll never know.
The Zeppelin. No, the Zeppelin.
Ooh.
Zeppelin.
Well, the British one, the R101, was it?
Yeah.
Fuck
Could
off.
be.
Maybe.
Honestly,
Maybe
I
it's a
would
semi-detached house.
I would love it to be an F117 stealth.
Fairy Barracuda. That is going to be my guess.
Yeah,
I'll chuck that out there in a serious way.
it could be that coach
hasn't
there.
been released for ages.
Jeff says de Havilland Rapide. Wow.
I would love it to be a new Rapide. There needs to be a decent Rapide in 72nd that isn't the old Heller one. Nothing wrong with the old Heller one. It's just an old Heller one.
Hey, I tell you what, it could be. It could be that SU-27 that Heller has pinched off Airfix. I tell you, no, seriously. How can Heller that original SU-27 wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Heller have released that kit, but originally the first edition of that kit, the first tooling of it, was Airfix. So that must have been one of those tools that never got shipped over to Airfix when they had them under house arrest, all the tools under arrest, because they said, "Oh, you can't take them out. We won't be able to make them." So they're taking the mick there. Have a party. Lysander is another mention.
I'd buy that.
You'll buy Lysander?
Yeah, I would.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy one. Buy a new one.
The all-terrain version of Concorde. Somebody's put down here Fairy Rotterdam. Oh.
Yeah, I think it realistically could be a vintage classic of the Rotodyne. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I've got it, and I looked at it, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to put it back in its box.
I don't think they retool that.
We know where the tooling is. The tooling is at is in Margate.
Yeah,
if this is hell. It's at Margate anyway.
Yeah,
We saw it, didn't we? When we were there, we saw the tool in there. And if it is
Yeah.
there, unless they've sent it to Plastic to get it in your machine and get it out, then I don't know.
I don't think they go through this extent of work to get something retooled. I think they will go for something new.
Yeah, and also I think the resources to actually manufacture or get their measurements and stuff to do a Rotodyne are very, very poor.
Yeah.
It's gonna be old drawings, isn't it? Are there even any in like scraps or in preservation?
I've just had a hint. Has anybody looked at the picture upside down?
No.
Let me just get on my head. I'll just get off the chair a minute and stand on my head. Actually, there is a way I could do it. Control.
When it's upside down, it looks exactly like a bear cat.
Hey! Oh, that's it then. That's it. It's
You could just save the image and rotate it in like video. Like, make this easy for yourself, hun.
Turn the laptop upside down.
there you go, upside down.
It looks the same, but upside down.
It looks the same.
Yeah,
upside
pretty
down.
much.
Oh, hang on.
It's no good because I
He's
stood on my
right.
head earlier, so now it's the right way around.
That was the most beautifully sarcastic thing I've heard for a long time.
Oh, it's stunning. Look at it upside down. Look at it upside down. So what's it there? Look at it upside down.
It's a hedge.
All right, I think I'm getting the.
It's the same thing as it was on the right way around, but upside down.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
Do you know, if you get an image and you turn it upside down, it's still the same image.
Yeah. Just
I'll tell you what. If you look really hard in the grass, it says subscribe to Sprue Scale model.
Oh yeah. Shit. More serious question. Have you been on the Tamiya airbrush thinner again?
No, I haven't, mate. No, I've got proper glue at the moment. Oh, hang on.
Wait.
A red arrow gnat.
But they,
No,
no,
that'd be cool though.
they've done that already.
In 1/24 scale.
Oh, okay,
No.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Somebody's saying chitty chitty bang bang. The comet. When we last do a comet? When was the last comet done?
A comet is
What was
in
last-
the de Havilland comet, or is in
The
the
de
other
Havilland.
de Havilland comet?
1/72 scale in from Airfix was 1952.
Shit.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, my bad. I read the wrong thing. 1980. Oh no, it's a Reeboks. The Comet was a Reeboks of a 1952 Varen kit.
Really?
Apparently so.
Yeah. Gary stuff's in the chat. Good evening, Gary.
There
Fueled
is.
funny. It's a crash. Looking like
Good
that.
evening,
It's a
Gary.
crash. I'm looking upside down. I can't see at all looking upside down. I'm looking upside
I
down.
told you what it said.
I reckon this is one of those like lottery tickets. You got to scratch off the Airfix logo to find out. There. Spot the board. Spot the plane.
It's people in chat just taking the piss. That's what it is.
Oh, I'm looking at it upside
Oh,
down.
sorry, I need to correct myself. I read scale mates wrong. It's 1961 was the tooling for Airfix
Yeah.
for the Comet. Sorry.
Right.
Just fixing my errors.
I'm so crossing my fingers. It's a Westland Whirlwind Mark 1.
Oh.
Well, which one? Are we talking the attack fighter or the helicopter? Because wasn't there one of each? Both
There
called the
was.
Whirlwind.
There was
There
a
was-
naval. There was a
No,
naval
the
fighter.
Mark 1 was a helicopter, wasn't it? They released the Mark 3 in the Whirlwind if it was the plane. They didn't release the Mark 1. Oh, I don't know.
Westland Whirlwind. Let's Google it.
Yeah.
Fighter or helicopter? There was
Right.
one of each.
Oh yeah, because it's the twin engine aircraft, isn't it?
The twin
Yeah,
engine
it looks so
naval.
good.
It was naval, that one was. I think. Oh no, I think there's a RAF version. Sorry.
50s Bin Man's just said, just joined. Why are we looking at this upside down? These streams are getting stranger and stranger. You're telling me.
It's not your. It's not the stream. It's your computer.
yeah. The iPad's the wrong way round.
Yeah.
A 1/24 scale. I've looked upside down. I can't see it unless. What's
can't
the
wait
wood?
for Dale to
What's
laugh at you
the
tomorrow
wood?
going, "Why are
What's
we
the
looking
wood
upside
it's on?
What kind of wood is it?
Digital.
Digital.
It's a
Is
picnic
that
bench.
like
It's on a digital picnic bench. That's what it is.
Oh, do you know what? I'm here. I'm looking, and I seriously, I can't. Yeah,
It's not a lot to go on, is it? Really?
not a lot to go on. I'm just looking at the shadows, or if there's something in the distance. But
I
you know,
think you're overthinking it now.
I think I'm overthinking it. It's that there's something to see. There's something on the ground there.
Grass.
Yeah, in there, just there. Oh, we'll get with that. comment
Bird's
in a
nest
minute.
in 148.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the bird's nest.
Oh.
You'll upset someone. I don't need that again. I'm putting money. That's a. I think that's like a maybe late 50s, early 60s. I reckon. Whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, where it's going to be. Yeah.
I kind of want to say it's something like de Havilland Devon, but I know it's not the right wing for it. But and I don't know why they released that. To be fair, it's not really.
Not much of a
It's
spoiler.
sizable
Then.
aircraft, is it?
It'd be the wrong place because that's more associated with.
What was the
either
airfield
Stagway
it
or
was at again? Sorry,
White Walton.
White Walton.
Yeah, so it was de Havilland until 1938, then Ferry, then Westland.
Amazing. So
That's
that could be
just-
almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be almost anything. So either it's whatever was tested or built at that airfield, or it's whatever is taking the picture of the airfield. Those are our two real.
Or it's
options.
something that flew in or around the vicinity of London at some point since flight was a thing.
Or
Or
they've
it's
been some
nothing.
big twats and just wound you up and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
put a bit of grass on it and said, there you go.
A Bearcat once landed there.
Right. So I've thanks to Taggers, because he's an absolute superstar. He's now sent me the picture. Hang on, let me get it on screen a minute.
Remember to put it upside down.
Yeah, don't forget.
Look at that.
Look at that. So that's the actual picture. Ah, look in the distance. Look at all those planes in the distance.
Yeah, Mars, if you take the Taggers thingy off, we can see what the.
Oh, I've got the thing on still.
Sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise.
That's all right.
Sorry, there you go.
Yes.
That's a 60s.
I still think it's more likely that it's something in some way associated with the location rather than just one of the miscellaneous light aircraft in the background.
Yeah, because that looks like a light aircraft wing, that now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now that you've got the colour on it.
It's going to be a shitty Cessna.
Amazing. I'd love that in 148 Airfix.
Any particular Cessna or just a shitty Cessna?
They're all shit.
All of them. Just all of them. The whole range. Market parts.
I apologise if you're watching this another Cessna, but they're shit.
I'm absolutely confused because Dale's texting me now. Dale is texting me, laughing his ass off apparently at us.
It's because we're looking at his picture upside down. He's started these rumours.
He's laughing.
Go on, Dad. Give us a bit more of a clue.
He won't. He'll keep it tied.
Of course he won't.
You only have to wait less than 24 hours anyway.
Well, I won't. I'm at bloody work. I'll have to wait till 4 o'clock before I can see anything of this.
Sounds like a skill issue, honestly, Solly. Come on.
Thanks for being supportive.
Just quit your job, you know.
Sod off.
I was just told today that I have to attend the course.
He's given us a clue. He said it's a 1/24 scale dog barking up that tree.
Oh my
god! I don't agree. I don't think that they would invest the amount of money in tooling a new dog.
No,
because after the pilot fiasco, they can't.
Hang on a minute. Especially because cats are the superior animal.
Yeah, but the German Shepherds from the Bloodhound set, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
If you really read into that comment,
that's an excellent suggestion, Kevin. Excellent suggestion. I'm not joking here. I think Kevin may have it.
What's that?
Airfix go back to their roots and produce a tractor
with wings.
a 1/24 scale Ferguson.
I would buy that, to be fair.
I was quite, I've said, because, they can't do a Ferguson now because, not this year, because I suppose Ella's doing one, aren't they? So it would be good if they could reverse engineer the original tooling of that Ferguson. If
you want to go back even further in time, they can produce a nice range of cones. That's what they used to manufacture, wasn't it? There was something else they used to make. Airfix. Let's Google it.
Yeah. I can't wait for my partner to be like, what did you talk about? Oh, we talked about how Airfix used to make cones. Oh, okay.
Comb, that's what it was, a comb, hair comb, wasn't it, originally?
Inflatable rubber toys and pocket combs.
But the thing is,
I thought you said combs.
No, comb.
Like hair combs.
Yeah, hair combs. See, the thing is, there are a lot of companies like that. Like Nokia were not mobile phone manufacturers. They used to make welly boots. And then they got into mobile phones from there. I don't know.
Pointless fact. During the second war that Finland had with Russia, I've already forgotten what it's called, Continuation War, Nokia donated enough money for a fighter. And so there was a Brewster Buffalo with Nokia painted on the side that flew in that war.
Wow, that's amazing. Was it a brick?
Yeah.
Well, it's a Brewster Buffalo, so yes.
one other thing.
They loved them, didn't they, the Finns? They loved the Buffalo.
They used.
They had little choice.
They loved it. It was their favorite.
I'm gonna say they loved them.
It was their favorite ones. To be fair, if you play War Thunder, the Buffalo is actually pretty good.
I'm just annoyed that the G50's not in there because that should have been in there for Finland as well. But We won't talk
Is
about
it
how
not in the
angry I
tree?
am about
Is it not in
No.
the tree in War Thunder? Is it not?
No, it should have been in rank 1 for them, but it's not for some god knows
You know what
reason.
is strange is that like all the other trees have loads of aircraft, but Britain still doesn't have like a P40, like a normal Mustang. If you want a Mustang, you have to pay for it. You know, there's loads of stuff that Britain used during the Second World War, which is not given in like the P400, right? Is an export version which was primarily used by the British. The Americans hardly ever used it.
The flying fridge, because it's so bad in that game.
It's an American tree. So what's going on there?
It's almost like War Thunder, just like money. Which, let's be honest, is literally the reason they release most of the aircraft they do now. But I still play it just shit because I love that game.
I know, yeah, I've put too many hours into that.
I put too much money into it as well. So.
Oh, I don't really pay. I don't put money into it.
I was going back because, as I said, I have been
modeling stream.
I have been looking at a lot of what's going on in the tweets from Airfix, and
an Albatross D5A.
Yeah, they put this up again. Now, was it you, Sonny, that said they were there scanning that one time at your place?
No, that's at Hendon. That one is. So
that's
I
Hendon,
don't know.
is it?
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it was the 410 I was on about.
I mean, 410, yeah, the 110 upgrade.
Well, you say upgrade.
Different.
It was that super bag of shit.
Well, I'm just looking forward to it tomorrow, and I'll look in glee. And
well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. 172nd Spruce Goose starter set. When?
Yeah.
Nice. It's the first and the last kit you'll ever build.
I wonder if they'll release the vintage classic blue tits.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
and like the Anne Boleyn and all that jazz.
See, I miss a lot of the old Airfix stuff like that. The really weird, quirky type models.
They made a castle at one point, didn't they?
Sorry?
Made like a castle and things like that.
Yeah.
People keep leaving comments on my channel asking Airfix to bring back like the Roman soldiers. I'm like, I don't have any power. Don't ask me.
Yeah, wait, you
that's
are.
Right, that's what.
That's Moz. That's Moz.
That's what I said. If they brought out the Bearcat this year, I'll just be email. I just have to close my email down, wouldn't I? Because I have no influence. Look, I tell you the story exactly how it happened at Duxford last year when they announced the 1/24 scale Spitfire. I had a great chat with Luke, and I said, Luke, seriously, if you want, because he talked about how they pick a kit, and I said, if you want a plane that no one's done well, that no one's released in 148 or 172 proper in the last 20 years, and you want to have got a gap in the market, and Red Bull and all that, like, you know, when you got the race, all the racing schemes and stuff, why don't you do a Bearcat? And he looked at me and nodded and went, that's a good suggestion. Now, that look could mean bollocks. He's guessed it. Or it was a genuine, what a great idea. But then my heart
could be sod off and let me do my work.
Yeah. You know, keep asking for Bearcats.
Yeah. But why not? We've got all the other Hellcats and, you know, Jaguar,
the other
I
cats.
suppose.
Wildcat, Tiger Cat.
Tiger Cat.
Is there a Tiger Cat?
No, there's not.
There was a twin fighter version, wasn't there? Wasn't that a Tiger Cat?
That was the Tiger Cat.
Yeah.
But is there a kit?
There's an old monogram one from late 60s, early 70s, but which is pretty good actually. I made that.
Revell reboxed it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they've reboxed everything.
Yeah,
they have no shame.
But I can't think of any other new decent 72nd one since then. To be fair.
Do you think Airfix might this year produce something out of the ordinary, as in not German, not English, not American?
Like,
I would be very happy if that was the case.
I mean, like
the last thing,
Swedish.
Yeah, I was going to say Japanese, but see, the one that gets me is the Sabre, because they did that originally as the Canadair one, didn't they?
The Canadian version.
Yeah, the Canadian. That's what they did. So, but Yeah, Brent
Av-
agrees.
Arrow.
Something.
Mhm.
F7F Tiger Cat, stunning. Those cats were lovely, and I've got books and books on this subject of like the cats, and out of them all, I just love the bear cat, and I think it's one kit. When I thought about it, because the only time when the kit's missing or there's something, when you go looking for it, you say, "That's a nice kit. I'll build that," and then you think, "Oh, nobody's done one," or the monogram one, and or Revel or whatever. You think, "Oh, it's monogram." Bollocks, you know what I mean? And I have got the Hobby Boss one, which is, promise you, when it comes to planes, the Hobby Boss Bearcat is the best starter set going for planes. It's 7 pieces.
Barely a kit.
You just said that.
It's barely a kit.
Dale's now crying about that.
The big Airfix fanboy says somebody else is a starter kit's better. That's just bang out.
Yeah. Oh no, I know.
That's it. They were going to release the Bearcat tomorrow, but now scratch.
Yeah.
You can all blame Moz.
Yeah. No, I'm not joking. It's too basic, but I'm just saying, if you wanted a real basic plane to build, I've ordered another 5 just because you can build them in 15 minutes. You can build them in 15 minutes, ready to do a tutorial on airbrushing, to do a tutorial on weathering, to do a tutorial.
I zoned out a bit. I was reading the comments. What's the
Hobby Boss? The Hobby Boss Bearcat.
How do you spell that?
BEARCAT.
You spell that THAT.
I'm telling you. I've built it, and basically 3 pieces, and you've got 4 pieces, and you've got a plane. All you got to do is put the undercarriage on, and you're laughing. The engine
kind of
comes
want
in 2
more
parts.
to my kit than that, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Next
Fuel's
time,
funny, right? If Dale's reading this, a Vulcan, please. 148. You only live once. Operation Black Buck. Job's a good one.
Massive.
Is it the Lancaster this year that's coming out? In 124.
No, we've had them all. Everybody's been saying, "Oh, they're going to release the Hurricane," and you're like, "Well, no, because they could do, but if they, people say they're going to release it at the Hurricane Day, but Dale and Brooke have said they're not releasing any kits at that Hurricane Day. Last year, Spitfire was just a one-off, I think.
Yeah, because it will be announced tomorrow, and then they can unveil it.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Do you really think Hurricane?
Yeah,
I don't really
think that'll be something.
Hurricane. 148th Bearcat.
It can't do any worse than Ravel's has done. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, how upsetting!
Who's even talking about that kit? Literally no one.
Actually,
I've barely seen anyone on it.
Oh yeah,
there's 5 or 6 building it. What's he called? What's he called? Plastic Monkey. If you go and check his channel out, he's building it part by part, which is good.
But even you say that's barely anything compared to the amount of hype the Spitfire got. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but proper YouTubers hyping. No, the thing is that you have proper YouTubers hyping the Spitfire.
I think it's also helpful that Airfix invited people to go and see the Spitfire, whereas Revel would take you to somebody else's factory and show you somebody else's kit, and then stick you in a box, brand it for themselves, and send you back home.
This is our channel now.
I think it's going to be a Bearcat. If it is, it is. If it isn't, but then Luke was telling us at the what's it called, at the factory, that they're planning kits now 4 to 5 years in advance. So he's researching kits back then. I want an RAF Kitty Hawk in 132 with shark valve. See, Kitty Hawk, crumbs.
What a beast!
What a beast! See, I think there is a lot of want for Airfix to move on from 172 and develop more into the 24 scales.
Heresy.
No,
I can't support that.
But I have always said that I've got no space. When I build the Spitfire, which I'm 3/4 of the way through, that'll be that will basically take up a shelf, and there'll be nothing else going on that shelf. So
now, Airfix should stick to what they're good at, which is getting
that's
people
48, not 124.
who are not those. Not the sort of people that will just see an Airfix box and go, Airfix not making that, I'm going back to Tamiya or something. Just the casual modeler, and the casual modeler does not have space for a 1/24th Lancaster.
Neither do most people of my generation, to be fair, because we can't afford houses, let alone room for that.
So what we need is a 1/24th scale house, and then charge it at £250,000.
Honestly, bargain.
I know, as I said, I'm jesting. The Spitfire I'm building is a 148 because the 124 is above me there on my shelf, and I look at it and I think I've just got nowhere at this moment apart from the attic to put it, and I just think it's such a glorious thing. I don't want to just build it and let it collect dust up in the attic. It's got to be put somewhere, and my model club can't fit it in their shelving because it's just too bloody big.
I've had a similar conversation with my wife because I'm doing the 3V bombers this year.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, she was just like, "Where are you going to put those?" I was like, "Well, we move some of your stuff, but that's not a conversation that went very well. So I'm here to decide what I'm going to do with them, and I'm finished."
Yeah. John Marley writes, Airfix should just consider says an empty box. We all need more empty space. Yeah, look at what you could have built. You know what I mean? That's what they could have called it. Also, when we talk about this, it's pricing as well. I'm absolutely, to see what Airfix bring out for a justifiable price is what keeps me going back to Airfix, to be fair, and to see what they're going to bring out this year, considering what Revel are charging for Matchbox kits this year. You know what I mean? It's it's just
I agree.
20 quid for a small tank on a little diorama base and a couple of paints.
Yeah,
that is a lot.
That's it. That is. We will say that thou taketh the pisseth, Revel, on that one. Completely.
Can I ask a naive question here? With Revel, is it all Reebok stuff, or do they do any of their own stuff?
They do some, but not.
They do new stuff.
And their old stuff. They've got their new and their old stuff.
Yeah,
I've got their own tool Hawker Hunter here. It's rather nice.
Basically, what the Eurofighter is to Revel is what Spitfire is to Airfix. They just keep bringing out Eurofighters in it. You know what I mean?
The problem with Revel is that their skills level system means nothing, and they will just put everything in the same style of box and not tell you what the tooling date is. So you could pick up a TA152, for example, on the shelf in the model shop for £6 and go, oh yeah, that looks really nice, and pick up a P47 on the shelf at the same price, and you're going to take them home and you're going to open up the P47 and go, oh, this has got quite nice detail, and it's molded quite nice, and it's got recessed panel lines and loads of parts, and you go, oh, all Revel kits must be like this. Open up the TA152 and realize that actually this is completely different. Yeah, it's a lump of plastic, and they are the same price in the same style of box on the same shelf, but one is considerably better than the other. And you then sit there and you go, this is like going to Subway and ordering a sandwich, and you order both identical sandwiches, but one's molded. You know, so
I've lost it, honestly.
You've lost the trust
skill level, just the number of parts.
Yes,
is that
it means nothing. It means nothing.
Yeah.
So, I think I've just done the TA152, and it has 32 parts, which means it's a skill level 3. But a skill level 3 is between 30 and 100 parts. That means nothing.
It's a bit misleading. That
it is.
My hunter has 102 parts, so it's a skill level 4. But
exactly,
those 2 parts make all the difference.
Exactly, and it's nothing to do with how many decals you've got to put on, or what the paint is like, because I'd say that doing German Luftwaffe mottling is considerably harder on a simpler kit than doing just overall grey on a bigger kit with more parts. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, all I'm going to say is the only reason I would even think about buying an O-tooled Matchbox kit is the fact. It's the fact it comes with the diorama base, and that's something that's missing. We've got Hella bringing out the concrete slabs. There's, why don't Airfix bring out some diorama bases?
Or just re-release the ones they had, like the Jungle Outposts, the City Outposts they had, all the nice ones they used to have that now cost insane amounts secondhand.
I think in
three of those will do me nicely for the V-bombers if anybody wants
to mention them. I think in the last 10 years or so, since YouTube's been around and modelers have been uploading their stuff to YouTube, a lot of the time you'll notice it's the ones who go a little bit further and beyond with the way they display their models that get more views. So naturally more people see that and they want to emulate putting their model in a little display base type environment. Like my Revel Lancaster is on a little display base, so it's more people have seen it. And why are companies not going, well, do you know what, actually people don't want to just have a plane on a shelf, they want to have a little scene. It's like in the old days when they had model trains, they were literally just a bit of track and some trains, and the idea of putting it in a realistic setting took years to come around. And now people don't, well, some people do, they're quite happy to have it just on the carpet, but a lot of people want to build a model railway with trees and hills and stations and people. So why are modeling companies not going, well, we can help you with that? Which is possibly where 3D printing is going to come in if they can release the STL files and stuff. But I think that they're missing a trick by not encouraging people to do diorama stuff, especially if, like Humble, for example, is making diorama texture mud and stuff like that. Why not merge it all together?
Yeah.
I noticed earlier or the other day, I don't know if somebody else showed it, but Mini Art, I think they're releasing a full 1/48 like diorama accessories, which is the first I've ever seen of that, and it was quite a lot of stuff by the looks of it.
They were talking about Mini Art on the Plastic Posse podcast.
That's where I saw it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's where I saw it.
They were talking about how they've gone down the way, like taken the accessories part and just turned them into vignettes or mini dioramas, which is excellent because if you don't want to just buy, a box of weapons or whatever, you've now got a little scene to use them up in.
And a vignette's perfect if you haven't got the space for a big dio.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes people just want to try out new techniques before they move on to something bigger.
Because going back to Revel and Matchbox kits, I actually pulled out my Huey Bell from the stash. Did you see I did the review of that 99 kit from Mr. Craft? And people were saying it's a Matchbox kit. I promise you, you could say it is a Matchbox kit, but it is a clone, and a shite clone at that. And I could tell, you could tell they've cloned it because there's certain parts on the sprue that are exactly the same, but the opposite ends. If you know what I mean, like the where the cockpit is on the sprue of the Matchbox, it's left to right, but on this one, it's right to left. And it's like they just copied it and then did a shite job in the in copying it, and just did a shite job with the what's it called, the recessed panel lines.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's so I'm going to do a video on that next week. But I've got a Tamiya catalog video to do this week, and to do the live stream tomorrow, and just I want to do another montage this year because the montage I did for year before last went down really well, didn't it? So montage, yeah.
Love a good montage.
Yeah. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did actually. Yeah. So to boldly go Model Works, it's for keeps. So you don't think they're going to release this Albatross tomorrow then?
I'll tell you what I'm going to put out there, actually, thinking about it. Because when you said something like kind of not so much off the wall, but something that nobody would think of, the KI 100 is the replacement to the Zero.
Oh yeah, I know which one.
Hasn't somebody done that one already? Who's making the noise?
Me, sorry.
Okay.
Can you stop modelling, please?
Yeah.
Not the place for that.
What do you think you are?
Yeah.
We don't come to your streams and model there.
This is the Airfix conspiracy theory channel, right?
Yeah. Is it aliens?
Yeah, conspiracy. See how it's going on, but people say, "Oh, Airfix need to make more tanks," But then when they put out what they like to see Airfix do, is always a World War II plane or a Cold War plane.
Yeah.
They never mentioned, tanks. I would like them to actually redo the Ford GT.
That's a car.
I agree.
Your enthusiasm was contagious.
I thought that was pretty enthusiastic for me about a car.
Yes, it was. It was. It was.
I almost sound like I cared.
A drone.
Yes.
Drones are very popular in modelling actually at the moment.
Yeah.
That would make drone or like a model of an actual big drone like they use in
a model, not like Ravel releasing random real drones.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we can rebox this drone.
You could just put propeller on the Humbrol 3D printer.
Too soon?
Maybe.
Too soon?
Has he printed anything recently?
Another paperclip.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there about that Humbrol 3D printer. I tell you what, it's the perfect. I promise you, it's the perfect height for a 172 or 148 plane. If you want to put the decals on, it's the perfect height. You don't have to get down low to the bench to put it. It's a foot high, so you got you're up. It's easy putting decals on it. I will do a video on it working, I promise you. But as yet, I've done 3 different prints. Even the bit I've got is I've done some of your prints, Matt.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it does that little mesh thing, like the flooring sort of thing, like what do they call it, a raft.
The raft, yeah.
But it welds it to the actual part, and I can't split the raft off. It's bollocks. It really does. I get really emotional about it because I really wanted it to work. But then the more I look at it, the more I think.
I got conned.
Yeah.
This is why I gave up hope for Lent.
Anyway, I guess we've got 92 in the chat because the Scale Model Weld program, what it was called, Model Weld things, was cancelled for tonight, wasn't it?
Cancelled?
Yeah, it was cancelled.
They sent out an email, like, I don't know, a couple of hours ago saying it was on.
No, if you check the tweets yesterday from on the Hornby side, nothing like a train side being late, is it? Do you know what I mean?
I must have
I think Airfix might unveil a 1/16 diorama of Moz having a meltdown with this Humbrol 3D printer.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, I'd buy
it. You'll buy that, will you?
Yeah.
Honestly,
with all the pegs around.
Yeah, like I said, But as you were saying, though, Matt, when it comes to being the most transparent of companies, when it comes to the plastic in their box, Airfix outweigh them all, including Tamiya, Hasegawa, you name them. The only difference, I just wish the transparency to make Airfix up there with the transparency is if they release their own paint line. But that's another story.
Yeah, you're not going to make any headway on that.
I can't immediately.
No.
Just to go back,
any company that puts their dates on their kits, like Airfix do.
Airfix is that's what they're championing, and I like that. Just to go back, the email that I got from Hornby was sent to me today at 5:45, and it says explicitly Monday, the 9th of January, 8 p.m. first episode. So if they have cancelled it, then they've obviously not cancelled this email.
Editorial reasons.
This is just Hornby all over, though, isn't it? It's them sending stuff out and not correcting it, or not sending it, or shouldn't be sending it out to start with. Like they just seem a bit disorganized.
Just to say, on some of the in terms of manufacturers to put them on boxes, because apparently I fangirl them. Apparently, Hella have started putting it on some of their boxes.
Okay, that's a good start.
Isn't amazing, but it's a start.
It's a start.
It's better than 99% of manufacturers.
Yeah. What they put on the side? What did you say? This on the side of the box. What year was the kit? We asked the question. Is that what they put?
Yeah.
Let me see what this Rebel one says. The Rebel one says copyright 2018. Oh, but it's a 2005 tooled
Ooh,
kit.
they do,
I looked it up because I was doing a video of it yesterday.
Yeah.
Naughty,
So
naughty.
no one in the chat then is talking what they're going to bring out tomorrow. Anything? Do you reckon they'll bring out some figures again? Do you reckon they'll like update the figures, or do you reckon they'll just release the some of the old vintage classic ones?
I'd be curious if they did or not, because I feel like if they don't, it just shows that there's not a huge amount of demand for like anything different to what already exists.
Yeah.
The Hornby range
I'm
goes
going,
live at 7
I'm
a.m.
going to
start.
I'm going to predict some starter sets, if I may.
Spruce Goose.
I think they're going to release a Beetle or a Land Rover as a starter kit.
That'd be good, to be fair.
The Beetle does need updating badly.
Yeah, that was shocking.
They went together all right.
No, I'm thinking the wrong one. Sorry, I'm thinking the wrong one. I'm thinking Revels. I did. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
I think that they'll release a Beetle because Beetle's an icon. And I'll tell you another one. If they really wanted to do a starter set, if they could get him with Volkswagen and do a Volkswagen Golf as a starter set.
I mean,
That'll
they've done
be
a VW
interesting.
camper already, so there's like a quick kit, haven't they? So they
Not Airfix.
there's a quick kit, no?
Yeah, they did a quick kit.
Quick build, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah, fake Lego,
Fake Lego.
building block.
like Mega Blocks, but even more fake.
Yeah.
Airfix, I love you, really.
Please send me stuff.
Please.
There is definitely a place for that. However, I think there's more of a place for things like the Red Arrow and the Spitfire Mark V, that sort of starter set.
I'm on Taggers.
You're right about this tweet there,
Yeah,
Lauren.
11.
Yeah. Editorial reasons. I wonder
Yeah,
what it is.
57 minutes ago. So literally on the hour. At the time the video was supposed to go live on their channel, they've gone, nah.
I don't feel like it today.
What video is this?
It's the Hornby season 2 Small World thing where they're going to look at the.
Oh,
the
was
new
that meant to go
train.
live today?
It's supposed to go live
Yeah.
today on the Yesterday channel at 8 p.m. and
That's
it's
why
now 9. And there was a tweet from the Yesterday channel at 8 p.m. saying, "Nah, it's not on."
So there was probably something in there that's not been announced yet, I'm assuming.
I bet that's the case.
Like where that airfield is and what was there.
They looked at the script upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout. There's something in the video that announces part of the range before tomorrow morning.
I mean, it
That's
only
what I
has to be something in the background, doesn't it?
Yeah. They should have done their range launch this morning then, shouldn't they? But again, didn't they delay it last year or something? I don't know. Oh, well, it is what it is.
I'm really excited for that, though. I really enjoyed that last time.
So Hornby are releasing their range tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and then Airfix aren't releasing theirs until 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
right? Have I got that right?
Well, the thing is, though, I thought they weren't going to do that again because it crashes the site, doesn't it?
Maybe that's
they
what they're
really,
trying to do
They've
it.
made some sort of redundancy.
yeah.
Yeah, but also doing it the other side of the day, so everyone who wants trains will clog the site in the morning or at lunchtime. Maybe? I don't know.
Perhaps.
Hmm.
Do you reckon they'll release a Messerschmitt this year? Any ideas on what Messerschmitt they're going to release this year?
I'd like to.
BF 109 starter set.
108.
I did say that to them. I said, you're going to have to do a BF 109 to go with your Spitfire Mark 5. And they were like, nah. And I was like, all right.
I think it would look so cool, though. Like, especially if you were a kid, you can make both of them and have them together. Have them both on little stands. You can make little dioramas with them so easy. It'd be really
Or
cool.
FW 190 maybe to go with the Mark 5.
Yeah.
But they're sort of comparable, weren't they?
I think that Edward is on the case on that. I think that might be why they might pull out of that. Because I think Edward is releasing the F19s and the P51 B and C this year. So not until what extent that will stop Airfix of producing them.
Apparently, a certain railway magazine and a railway seller leaked the entire range.
No.
Ooh.
Who said that?
to boldly go.
Oh my god.
Do you know it's interesting they say that because remember that was it 3 years ago somebody put out the picture of the Sabre, didn't they, and stuff in the magazine, like the Model World magazine, Scale Model World, didn't it? Magazine had somebody in the printers took a picture of it and put it online. I did a video about that as well.
Oh yeah, look, Hornby are releasing a T range, a TTT range, a TTTT range.
Yeah,
If they went into
so-
T scale, I'd be into that as well because I've already
So-
got some T scale stuff.
So apparently people got the Railway Modeler 2023 February edition coming through their letterboxes this morning.
No,
And that's got a 3-page spread on Hornby's 2023 announcements.
I'm not going to lie. Hornby not releasing their range today does seem a bit backwards because it seems like they would have fixed all of these problems by just doing it on a Monday.
Oh, it's all on Reddit. The entire list is on Reddit.
Is
I
it?
think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Quick, Reddit.
Hold on, let me.
Holy shit! Yeah,
Yeah,
Have you seen it? Have you?
I'll post it in the
it
chat.
is
so-
genuinely.
Post in the chat.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
you
this is all what's
fuckers.
come from this spread.
Oh my word!
Just
What?
quickly.
Here you go, guys.
Here you go. Oh yeah, you put it in the. Okay.
This was 4 days ago as well. It wasn't even like just now. It was 4 days ago. This is the better part of a week almost. That's insane. Wow, I really wish I had looked now. My disappointment is immeasurable and my night is ruined.
Oh, fair enough. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Another news. Let's go with the
Oh,
picture.
wow.
If that is what it is, I have no idea because I don't know trains, so it could be a list of nothing. But
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, one of them.
It says it's Hornby magazine broke the date here.
One of them is
That's
something
their own
that I
magazine.
actually.
yeah,
something
yeah,
wanted.
it's on another forum. It said it was Railway Modeler, so I'm assuming it's just February editions that gone out too early or something. I don't know.
Or they didn't communicate, and these guys were like, "Yeah, it's fine to send it out now because they'll have already released the range because they released it on like the 4th last year, and now it's nearly the 10th." And they're like, "Why haven't you released the range?" And they're like, "Why have you released your magazine?" It's like, "We release a magazine on this date every month. Why have you not
Yeah.
done this?" Well, because we were in the office because everything started late this year.
Are you
Dave,
alright,
what have you
Matt?
done? What have you done, Dave?
Matt
Oh,
just
I
said
know.
that
I
you
know.
did yourself, mate.
Also, guys, have a look at this. I don't know if any of these are new. Oh no, it's not updated. Never mind. It says 2023. It's not. Never mind.
That's insane. I can't believe that. This is every year there is something with the
One job.
Hornby announcement. Every year, isn't there? That it's either they have to delay it or the
Oh, wait, no,
server
I think-
crashes.
I think this is 2023 stuff because this stuff isn't. It says new release pre-orders are invited for like an East Midlands Hornby Class 43 HST. So yeah, apparently this is 2023 range as well. I think. Lamau.
Anyway, right. Let's move on because we are Airfix and scale modeling, and to be really honest with you, lads and lasses, I
Don't
know
give a
it's a
shit.
little bit. I kind of do because it's all part and parcel of F. You know, I would hate it to be announced. You know, the Airfix announced like that. If you see what I mean, it will be a bit piss poor. It takes away a little bit of the fun for it for
does.
us anyway.
100%.
You know, I like the. You know, I can't wait for Dale to go. Hi, you guys, we're going to release this. You know, so I'd rather watch it.
I thought it was in the chat then. Wow.
I don't
I'm
think it's
taking
fair.
lessons to get that good.
That shit happens. Shit, like I said, that 1 year was Scale Model World before I was really getting into the YouTubing. It was all 2 pages was released of the tanks, the starter sets. You know, I've done the videos online.
I get that shit happens, but to some companies, shit happens seemingly more frequently,
Yeah.
and you've got to
Yeah.
start questioning why. And Airfix don't seem to have issues in the same way.
Also, crowd control is a thing, and like damage control is a thing. Like If it's already been leaked like 4 days ago, just announce it.
At that point, yeah.
Because that's
Or-
what like most gaming.
I'm not going to lie, but they've had a whole year to get someone who knows how to use a calendar to deconflict all of these things. Just saying, it's not like it was a surprise that their range announcement was going to come. Like if this happens again next year, they're going to be like, "Well, who had the calendar?" Well, I didn't have the calendar. Did you have the calendar? Well, I wasn't a part of the Hornby Club. I didn't get my calendar this year.
And the award for SAS goes to Model Minute.
Oh, I know, I'm so horrible.
Like I said, yeah, I think you've got independent journalism, and that's what it is, isn't it? You know, they've given the list to the magazine company, and unfortunately, the timings have gone out pretty crap. But then again, you know, these things happen, and we shouldn't judge them too much. You know, it happens to anyone. But like I said, we're Airfix, not Hornby. Choo choo.
They might use the same printer as Prince Harry.
The thing is,
Yeah.
the thing is that these things happen once. One is year after year.
It is year after year, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, Hornby do only mess up their new announcements once a year.
Yes, that's true. Well, that's technically that's not true because the TT20s they managed to mess up.
TT, oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did I mess that one up? Remind me.
Just quickly, not to thing on it. There, just so that you know, I thought we'll just put this bang up. Tembry is written. I'm worried about Airfix quality at the moment. I had 2 Jet Provost for Christmas and Curtis Tomahawk, all the same problem. Short shorts on the wings, horrible. I can assure you that the issue isn't actually. It can't. Basically, these starter sets, like from Audi and Lidl, that come, are done to a cost. You know, you imagine you're buying them kits for, was it £5.99? So they, you know, they are pushed out there, and sometimes these things do happen. But I think Matt has done a brilliant video on this, and in the comments has written that he got contact from Dale, didn't you, saying that he is definitely, and he is going to sort out. If you've got a problem, you can get them sent out to you, can't you?
Yeah. So the I can't remember what the updates were now. I'll just have a quick look. So the update on that, because I had one and it had short shots and I was disappointed about it, I contacted Airfix spares department and they just categorically said, no, we don't have any spares to send you. In a nutshell, the whole stock, literally Audi and Lidl order the kits. Airfix put the order in with their manufacturer in India, and then the kits are distributed from India straight to the Audi shops in the UK. So Airfix didn't get any sight of them or hands-on or anything. And then obviously this short issue has occurred, and I contacted them and they said, we haven't got any spares because of that reason. There's nothing in the warehouse for us. And then Dale, obviously, because Dale floats around on YouTube, he saw my video and he said, this isn't what we expect people to get from us. I mean, obviously, it's not necessarily entirely Airfix's fault, but they are the guys with the name on the box. So he said, I'm going to try and fix this. Yeah. And then the head of the quality control section at Airfix contacted me to say that they have managed to pull some sprues from a different product line. So it will be probably the Jet Provost that isn't the starter set. They've literally took it off the shelf in the shop to take the part out to send it to me. And I said, please don't send it to me. I don't need it, but save it for someone who does need it. And if you did have the same problem, that there was a short shot and you would like a replacement, then go to the support.airfix.com spares request form and send them an email with the information that they asked for on that page. That way they can identify the extent of the problem and also implement mitigating solutions effectively. I don't know if they'll have enough stock to replace everybody's. He said he had a very limited supply, but if you have had an issue, even if you don't want a replacement and you just want them to know that there was an issue, just email them with a picture and the information they asked for and just say, I've had this issue, please don't send me a replacement, but here is some information for you. Then they can get back to their manufacturer and say, why are you not being good enough? And there might be some sort of compensation there. I don't know, because I don't work for the business.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Matt? The sacrifice there, mate, is breaking my heart.
Well, because I didn't need one.
No, you've got to understand that when they do these kits, they do them to volume. And if I'm right, I think Dale said that it's about 10,000 of those kits are done. I presume for each Audi 10,000 to Lidl. See, like I did the build on the starter set for the Tiger 1, and the thing I regret that they didn't put in the starter set was the before you start guide. So I've actually put that when I did the video. I actually so I couldn't find that before you start guide on the website, and I said that I think what they should do is actually put that before you start guide as a QR code on the instructions, so at least they can go to that website and get the before you start guide, because I think that was missing from them. But I did say that we that you can download it from my Google Drive if you want to look at it, because it is brilliant. If you want to be the starters doing it, that's a brilliant little guide. That
whilst I do
he
agree,
just contacted me. So 10,000 they do, which is 10 times the volume of what they normally do on starter sets.
Whilst I agree with you, ultimately the key thing is we mock Revel for reboxing other people's crap and not saying what it is. If people's experience of Airfix is getting a starter set with short shot, then they will ruin their reputation and they will ruin their sales as a long-term result. And I get that they're trying to get it right, but this sort of problem is bigger than just saying, yeah, well, they make loads of them. And I love Airfix and I want them to do well. But this is genuinely worrying if this is the sort of quality issues they have by doing big orders.
Yeah, but I'm going to lay it down thick. I have not had a short shot in any of my Airfix kits in the last 5 years, apart from those starter set ones from Audi, where they're done in huge mass production and at a price. So I don't think the quality control would be there as much as if it was being done.
But it's irrelevant, really, isn't it? About the quality control, like you don't think it would be there, but to a new person who's like, I've never tried this, I want to do it because it's in there, it's cheap, it's something affordable for me. If that's their first impression, they'll just go, oh, I don't like this.
Surely the whole point of going to Audi and Lidl is to get them in the market, to get more people making kits. But what's the point in getting them making one kit that doesn't work properly and then sending them away forever? It's still important.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad time this year. That's all.
Yeah, but as I said, there wasn't a single short shot I've seen on the starter tanks that they did. There wasn't a short shot on the Zero. But then again, no disrespect. 2 years ago, the Provost had short shots on the seats anyway, because I did one last year, and they had short shots on the seats.
I think,
but the beauty is that you could put that cover on top of him, and you don't see the short shot.
Yeah, I think in the factory, I think the pressure possibly for the injection was just a touch too low, and that's literally all it could have been. And because they've not spotted it, or if they've taken them off, they could have taken 3 or 4 off, looked at them, compared them, and gone, well, they all look identical, and the person in the factory doesn't necessarily know that isn't supposed to be there. So as far as they were concerned, those were all the same, so they were all correct. But it was a consistent fault.
John Marley's just written, I'd like to see Airfix ditch the starter sets with paints and brushes. Just sell the plastic, please. I kind of disagree with that, because if you want to see the mentality of people, go on Amazon and see how many people
in the reviews
put a crap review on a kit because they buy it for someone and it's got no paint or glue in it. So you can't win either way. We were on Amazon, weren't we? And we we were looking at the comments, the reviews on kits. You had even Tamiya. A Cromwell tank from Tamiya. The guy moaned that his son couldn't build it on Christmas Day because there was no effing paints in it. Even though it says clearly it's just a scale model kit, you tart. You know what I mean?
Amazon are the ones that are like, why is there this many pieces here? I thought it was going to be a tank.
Yeah.
Amazon reviews are literally one of the main things that make me question whether democracy is a good idea.
I love the one where it says the parts all come attached to this frame, and I snap them off, and then when I push them together, they fall apart. It's not like Lego at all.
Yeah.
Can I just throw in the punchline Tamiya extra dim? There you go.
John Marley, you're right, Moz. I'm looking at the hobby side from this side. Yeah, I get that. And you can buy these kits without the paints and the brushes, etc. You can. But the idea is that on a Christmas morning, you know, you raid your grandma's or your mother's handbag for a pair of nail clippers and a nail file, and you can build that kit from scratch. And I've done it with the starter set Tiger. I even used the glue, though it pains me to say. If you know the way I did it using a cocktail stick, you know, it's a lot easier to, you know, and to be fair, because it's a thick cement, it you know, it grabs well, so you're not going to get much issue. But yeah, I do see that. John, I agree. Those little pots are useless. They should either get rid of, change a couple of pound more, and put proper pots. If the first time build a starter set, it will put them off the hobby. No, it wouldn't, because I still think that if you put dropper bottles in those kits, you're gonna, and as like I said, you know, I wish that Airfix put the Humbro Precision Poly cement in, not the tube, in their kits, but you add to the price. Now, if you want to see the difference in pricing, just look at Revel and their starter sets or their first diorama kits. They're nearly £8 more because they've got that special glue and they've got the better glue in it, and you know they've got their bigger pots. You've got to find a price point that works. And at $5.99 or $6.99 from Aldi or Lidl, you're going to hit the right people who may have never built a kit, have a go at this and think, bloody hell, I enjoy doing that. What's the next kit to do? So I think the price point is a very difficult thing. You know, I always said the larger starter sets were always out of people's range because they were around 21 quid. You know, the Ford GT with the 6 paints and the tube of glue and the 2 brushes was about 18, 19 quid. You know, so that's out of the market, really, the largest starter set. That's why they should be called gift sets.
I think this really depends on what you view should be the good price for a starter set, though, because it's hard for me because I don't have my own children because I want to have money in a life instead. But
you make scale models,
yeah. So you know that went well, but no, like Games Workshops, like they don't do like the little pots of paint anymore. They do full paints. It's like 24 quid. So you get like 3 figures, paintbrush, and 6 paints. There we go. Thank you. And I don't think that's that off-putting with how much most things cost at the moment. Bearing in mind most kids, like, well, not most, a lot of kids, like gaming is massive at the moment. Average cost of a video game substantially more than a starter set would be, even if it was 20 quid. I think it's better to charge more, have it be decent, and make sure it's always a decent experience. And then once they've got the paint, they can reuse that. Whereas the little pots of paint, as soon as you open them, providing they even work in the first place, they're trash.
I would just like to point out that the 6 starter sets that I've looked in this week, because I've got every single starter set going from Aldi and Lidl, because I was desperate to get that Willys Jeep, because I got that wrong, didn't I? That they were going to release that. Every pot I've looked at them. Every single pot of paint, the paints are perfect or good. They're not dry. Just saying that. I think this year they got the paint right because the pots were done properly this year. It was a fault in the production line.
Yeah.
But when you built your Provost, was the paint all right in yours? Matt?
I didn't use the paint. I did it.
Did you open the paint up to have a look though? You must have opened up the paint.
I did. I think they were okay, but
they were okay.
The paints are fine. Had ones that were drying out. I think
I had the nuts, and it was all right.
Yeah. If you ask the question in the chat. Anybody who's got the starter set, did you find the paints wet or dry?
Usually it's the new pots. They dry out because when you press the lid on, the way it's designed, it compresses the air. So that when you think the lid's on, you take your thumb off or whatever, and it pushes it back out. It decompresses, and then there's an ever so tiny gap. It's still sealed, but there's a gap where
the air can now get in and dry out the paints, and I think that's the problem. But the problem is that you'll see that all those new pots have a Humbrol logo on the bottom. So they've spent all this money creating these new pots and getting them all made, and invested a lot of money, I imagine, in doing that. And now they've got them that they don't work effectively. But if you just have a look in Discord, I've pinged you, Moz. Those are all the starter set paints that I have currently. And whilst I'm not a fan of using starter set paints all the time, they're so handy if you just need one specific color for a small little bit. So you could be building the biggest kit in the world, but you need a tiny little bit of yellow for something. Well, there you go. There's a yellow paint right there.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who's just got like a massive load of them.
Yeah, I got loads.
I don't get me wrong. The thing is though, I went off and gave a load of my starter set paints away before I gave them away, the first thing I did was give them a good stir. I added a little bit of what's it called to it? Mr. Colouring, Mr. Tamiya X28 into just a little couple of drops, and then gave them away to people that I knew would use them. And you know, I do think there's a bit of hate, but I think you've got to realize, you know, that companies make mistakes, you know, and things do happen. But I still think you've got to look at the price point, and I would have to find out. You know that I wish we could see how you tell me anyone who's bought a Revel starter set recently, because I can't name anyone that I know who's bought a Revel starter set, but they have bought the little ones.
I saw a random old man in the local model shop buying a Revel starter set. He's the only person I think I've ever seen.
I've only ever seen them sell at like Hobbycraft, but that's because it's the only starter sets at Hobbycraft because they have no competition there anymore.
Yeah. To be fair though, it's not really a starter set, is it? Because it's the same thing as normal, just with extra stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of it, though, isn't it? You know, this is what I was saying about the first diorama. They've got it down as a level 4, and if you were looking at that thinking level 4, that's nearly level 5. But because Revel's different to everybody else in how they level their kits
and how they do their painting instructions,
I can't see them being a starter set.
And because they don't have most of the paint calls that they have, and we have to mix them all.
Well, why don't they bring them out then? The
Airfix,
you know, it's simple, really, isn't it?
Airfix just write the percentage on the page in front of you, so you know what you have to do.
Airfix will do it occasionally. Revel will do it every time.
All the time, yeah.
Let's look at the Revel Hawker Hunter that I've got. You know, bog standard RAF colours that everybody has.
But why do they need to renumber a set colour into a letter? Now I'm confused. And then if you go to a different kit and you have the same, I don't know, Dark Earth, it will be a different letter.
Yeah, I get that.
As much as I love Revel paints, and I've used them for ages, and I only use them because of availability. That was why. And I'm used to mixing paints now, so I don't see it as an issue as much as other people. And then when one of my friends was getting into it, I was like, so Revel paints are going to be easier for you to get due to like how easy they are for you physically to get locally, but you'll hate them because you have to mix it. For every single kit, you have to mix, and it's not great for newer people who want to try and get as accurate as possible.
Because it's never just one color, is it?
It's
all of them.
It's literally every color that you need to make.
Every color.
It's everything. You know, it's not just odd one.
I'm quite good at mixing colors by eye now, which I think is a really nice skill to have. But
you don't want to do it all the time, do you?
No, sometimes it's nice to actually just go, oh, I've got that color.
Yeah.
I
just pick the closest color.
Yeah,
I do that loads.
I
just
don't use
Revel paints.
Yeah, true.
No, just
I'm a bit of a
new colors. That's it.
I'm not trying to be braggy or nothing, but I'm the kind of guy that if I see a particular brand that I like, I'll buy the whole range. And that means I do get rid of the old range, but I've still got my Vallejos and I've still got my Tamiya, and now I'm into the lacquer paints. I think I'm going to be investing heavily into the Hataka and the Tamiya LPs again because they're just so good. But
My shop's got a giveaway about what I like. There you go.
yeah,
If you go, but
should
if
see
you
my
go for
bench.
lacquer paints, Moss, SMS,
SMS,
Consider-
yeah, I know. Yeah,
SMS by far much better than Attacker.
I didn't get that.
I'd like Airfix to bring out. I like
Here
Airfix.
it's Siri.
I know Siri again. I'd love Airfix to bring out their own LPs. That would be amazing. Under the
I don't think they will
brand.
step into that, mate. To be honest,
Yeah.
I've
Best
tested
Airfix. Yeah. But it'd be great if they gave an indication of what the final colours should be as well.
Yeah.
That's a good shout as well.
The
isn't
newer
it?
Revel instructions are actually quite good. They are in
Yeah.
Hey,
colour.
you can't knock
I do
them.
tell you.
Yeah, and being able
And
to
I
run
al-
match with the instructions is a lot easier. But on the older ones, where it's like
Shocking,
40%
the
of
old
this
ones.
one, 30% of this one, the rest of it is this one. It's like, cool. I have no idea what color that's meant to be. Fantastic.
So we've got about half an hour of the stream left, so I'm just going to sort of segue. Moz, do you know what I bought the other day?
No, not
I-
another
We don't
bad
care.
cat.
I went for Airfix Club membership for 2023.
Did you get it for £27?
Hey.
I'm a professional.
And we're going to look at that now, actually. to
Are
be
you
fair.
already a club member? Because if you are, you get your discount already on it. So, like for me, I got 27 quid for mine.
Yes, that's right.
I wondered if that would do.
No, this
that
is
work.
the first time I've been a club member. I've thought about it many times. This is
The
actually
next
first.
year, you'll
It's
get
an Airfix Club
27
Virgin.
quid.
discount.
Yeah. It's isn't
Yeah.
it weird that I became a member a couple of days before they announced the 2023 range?
Amazing. It's almost like you want the new Meteor.
Does the discount work instantly?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to have to
I'll
dash
get
off.
that
I've got a crying child in the background, I believe.
Oh, bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
So,
mate.
Oh, that's smart.
See you around.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks for coming in, Dave. I really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah,
See you around, mate.
Bye.
Take care,
care.
Steve.
Bye-bye.
Catch up.
Bye.
Bye.
Airfix Club, here we go. £30 to join. If you want to join the Airfix Club, there is a link in the description box below. If you want to join the
fuck
Airfix
it.
Club,
I'll
there is a rest of the world. I'm gonna actually speak to Dale about the rest of the world, how that works, because a lot of people are a bit confused. So is it like you pay your £10, join, and then you pay extra for the box? But there's no pricing, because as I say, I can't join rest of the world because I'm in the UK. But I do remember, because somebody was saying that they didn't want the kit but wanted to become a member. I can't see a membership option for having, for the sake of the flying hours and the magazine and the calendar and there used to be £10. I think you said that, Matt, last year, didn't you? You could buy it without the kit.
Yeah, there was like an electronic online only version.
Yeah.
I think that was sort of during COVID.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what the rest of the world offer is.
Looks like.
So you
Okay.
get the online version, you get access to all of the online stuff. And then if you want the box
Yeah.
with your kit and your poster and all that other stuff, then you need to pay the extra to get it dispatched to you as a product rather than as a perk.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my
There's-
understanding of it. Anyway.
Yeah. So basically, you pay your £10, then you buy the box and the postage. Dale just texted me. Pay your £10, then buy the box and postage. There is no way we could offer free postage on the rest of the world, and that's quite acceptable. I've just sent an £8 kit to Australia, an £8 item to Australia to Aussie Scale Modeler, and that's cost me £22 to send this, and it weighs under 200 grams, but because it's a small parcel. And you've got to have it tracked. There's no point just sending it, fly by night with your pants down. You've got to have it tracked, and that's £22. So I get that. And also, you got to send out the magazine, send out the calendar, and everything else. But
Sounds like a ball ache.
it is, it's a bit of a nightmare. But I think that I thought there was talk of them having, like, if you're in the America, they were going to use their USA branch to ship these things out, but it wouldn't be as cheap as £30 though.
I've joined, by the way.
Use my link.
Hey!
Did you use my
One of
link?
You have a link.
Yeah, I said there's a link in the description. Oh, let's
Well,
make that.
Tough
You wanted
titties,
permission
I'm
on that.
afraid, my friend.
No commission for you.
Yeah.
I
digital- yeah.
didn't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm,
No,
I,
it's like-
I'm still
Well,
ill.
she knew it.
I've
She
been
knew
I've
it.
been tracking it. I've been tracking it, and I think there's 14 people that have joined up to the membership through that link. So it's good to watch actually. When I
kind of
put the
depends.
video out.
It depends how it works, because I might have originally clicked your link to add it to my basket, but then not actually bought it for.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it'd be still classed as mine
little
then.
while.
So
So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? They don't do the membership cards anymore, but this is what you get in the kit. You get your welcome letter. I wonder who writes that letter. Is it Dick Emery still? Is he still around? And they dug him up to write the letter? Do you reckon? Dug up Dick Emery just to write a letter. Solly's having problems tonight. He's in and out.
Oh, I can go in the
No,
club
so
area
that
now.
was me
Yeah.
faffing around. Sorry.
Okay, so you get the new tool, which is the Gloucester Meteor FR9. You get your Keep Calm poster. I've got 4 of them posters now. I've got
Has it
one
made
in
you
the
any calmer?
toilet. I've got one in my office.
No, it needs one extra.
You know, I've got loads of them. Calm and build it. You get your flying hours passport. And I love the remove your assembly flight tag. I think that's one of the best marketing I've seen from any company for a long, long time.
I've had mine on my keys since Fairford, and I love it.
Yeah, I got mine. I've got 3 actually. One's absolutely wrecked on my keys because it's just so dirty. Because I tend to just pull it out. I use that to pull the keys out of my pocket now. You know. And also they're bringing back the pin badge. Whee! I have done a video on it, so if you want to go and check out my channel and watch the video. I've not actually got the package yet. It's due this week. As soon as I get it, I will open it. They did announce the scale, the Gloucester at Telford. So if you're at Telford, you can you would have seen it on the Airfix's area up at Telford because they had it out and about. You get exclusive products, which actually I haven't seen what they're offering this year in exclusive products. I think it was last year, I got the tin of sweets.
So at the moment, there's a toolkit, helping hands in glass magnifier, multi-angle bench vise,
yeah,
flexi magnifier lamp, a compressor, and an LED headband.
Oh, right. So it's the same as it was last year then. They haven't updated it.
That seems to be all there
I'm surprised.
is.
I am surprised that the puzzles haven't turned up yet because the puzzles were quite good. They had like box art and you could do a puzzle. That'd be good in there. Yeah, they're
they're on
tin
the
of
web.
sweets. They're like, yeah, they're all sorts. But if they could do that and just, what they could do with is having some Airfix 124 scale t-shirts for exclusivity, that would be good.
They had a time when they sold some Airfix t-shirts and Asda, and I'm annoyed that I
Yeah.
never got one.
I got my bag from Asda and then I rehashed it, and I didn't. It wasn't Asda. It was somebody. They did a Hornby bag with Airfix Scale Electrics, Hornby, and whatever. And I got the patches moved on them and added my own patches, and that's my bag when I go to scale model events now. So you get your exclusive products, 10% off all kits at www.airfix.com, 10% off the Hornby Visitor Centre in Margate. If this is hell. Club magazines, which you get 3 of, and those magazines, they're not like 6-page of shite. There's plenty of meat on the bone in those magazines.
Yeah,
Some
they're not
great pop-up, great pictures, great info. They have a step-by-step guide on how to build a model and things like that, and tips and tricks and whatever. And they have competitions. I think you've just missed out. There was the Titanic and the Brumbar, which didn't really appeal to me. You get the calendar, which is now on my wall with some dates on it now. Competitions and member-only experiences. So if you're a member,
that you can also use your flying hours now if you're a member of the club, and for every purchase, as long as you've signed up to their rewards on the website, you get like 10% back.
Yeah, you get
As
points.
points.
So every pound you spend is a point, isn't it?
It's a pound is 100 points, I think, and then
No, it can't be that
no,
much.
no,
Surely.
yeah, no. Hang on. 27. Drop a decimal off.
Yeah, every pound you spend, you get a point, don't you? So if you get £20 worth, you get 20 points. Is that right?
It's 200 points.
200.
Yeah, because I spent £27 on the club kit, and I've got 270 points from that.
So a pound is 10 points.
Yeah, you get points anyway, and then 200, and so if you get 200 points, you get £2 off, don't you?
Yes.
Is that how it works? Yeah.
Yeah. So effectively, by buying the club membership this year with my previous club discount, it's gone from £30 to £27. Then with hobby points, I've got £2.70 worth of points to spend in the shop just from that purchase. So effectively, I've saved, what was that? £3, £4, £5.70.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait. So the amount Moz spends a year on FX, he'll be able to buy another compressor from the shop online. Not a compressor, another printer.
You ruined that one, Lexi. Sit back down, woman.
One job.
Damn it.
Ruined it.
I quit.
You quit. Yeah, and do you realise? Oh yeah, by the way, I only found this out yesterday. When the flying hours are for kits, you can't get dogfight doubles. You can't get starter sets. You can't
bundles.
get exclusive kits. It's just on the series. And I thought that the series started, so if it was A01, that was series 1, A020 is 2. It doesn't quite work like that, does it? I was quite confused.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. So so A07 is series 7.
Series 7, yeah.
Right, okay. I was unsure about that.
And it only goes, you can only redeem kits up to like series 9 or something.
So you can't get the Hellcat, can you?
No, you can't get anything really over 148 scale.
Yeah.
Like when I did my
tanks.
videos, you can get tanks, yeah.
Yeah,
when I did my my video on it, and I used my coupons to get the Lancaster because I put a poll up, and I kind of wanted the Blenheim, but everybody went for Lancaster because what I did was I looked through the catalogue and saw which ones would get you the most kit for the least amount of tokens. And the Lancaster was one of them. And I don't know, hang on, I've got the stash here. Just bear with me. Talk amongst yourself.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves, yeah. So 8 plus, series 8 plus, it's saying. So the Spitfire Mark 9 is A17. So like is that a series 7 kit then, is it?
It's series 17, yeah.
But then the Vulcan 172 scale is an A12. So that must be
series 12.
Series 12.
Yeah, so my Lancaster was series 9, so that's why I could get it because it's A09. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, because so the Spitfire is a series 17 then because it starts A17.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Crumbs. That surprised me. I thought it went up to a certain level and that was it. You bollocks.
But this one goes up to 17.
Yeah.
Hellcat is 19.
Oh, right. Yeah. But you get some decent flying hours with that kit, though, don't you?
The Meteor is a pretty decent kit. Obviously, I know
you need 60 hours to redeem a Series 7, 8, or 9 kit. So in my book, if it's 60 for any of those series, you might as well go for a Series 9.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it's going to be bigger and have more stuff in it. Like if you're only going to use your 16 flying hours to get a Series 1 or 2, get a Series 2.
Oh, yeah.
Go for the higher end one. Plus, anyway, like 16 flying hours, you need to have bought 16 small kits with 1 flying hour on a piece. So let's at the very least say that's £8 a go. What's 8 times 16 anyone? I don't know.
126.
Taggers has said it's an outdated system of redeeming them. No, it's not, mate, because you can now ring up Hornby customer service and pay by card now. You can actually pay by card. It's not just check or thing. Owen O'Neill's just said, I've been watching this. Hang on. Why won't it change? Come on, change.
I might just send all mine to Models for Heroes next.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I have a few.
I was going to be selfish and just buy a kit.
Well, I've redeemed a flying hours
Yeah,
worth already
pressure.
now, but 60 flying hours to get that Dambuster Lancaster. Like, how much money have I spent on Airfix kits to get to that point?
Yep.
Like, that's easily it's probably like $1,000. What am I doing with my life?
What are you doing?
Shit, we've broken him. He's going to retire.
Does anyone want to buy a YouTube channel?
I've got 12 flying hours. What'll that get me?
That would get you a series. No, it won't get you anything. It won't get you any series kits.
So what we're saying is,
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, that was conveniently
She
timed.
literally just disappeared, like
Yeah.
mid-sentence.
The suspense. What are we saying?
Oh, we're tenterhooks now.
And Mossy's gone as well, isn't it?
Has everyone, are we?
Oh, yeah.
How are we still in? How are we still?
I don't
here?
know.
Sorry,
yeah,
I don't know what happened then. It kind of went funny. Are we
Ladies
still
and
live?
gentlemen,
Yeah.
welcome to
still
Airfix
Yeah.
and Chill with your host Matt from Model Minutes. Oh, we've just been joined by Moz and Solly. Welcome to the chat.
Kick me out as well.
What happened then? Must have had a brain. Must have had a fart.
How are
It
you
was
not
Lexi's
here,
fault.
but you're the host?
Because
It happened
the,
last week, actually.
yeah.
It happened last week.
It happened last week as well. Basically, unless I end the broadcast, it carries on. Unless I end the broadcast, it still carries on.
Oh,
So,
that's back as
As long as
well.
people are here.
wow, say that with less enthusiasm, why don't you?
That's right.
Then you
Oh,
got
Lex
kicked
is
out in the
back.
middle of your
Yay.
sentence.
That better.
That was brilliant.
Did you want me here? Yes.
That should
Oh,
make
we
it
know
the
Nick-
best of.
Owen O'Neill's just said, I've been watching this for 2 hours. Why? Because I live in Bulgaria and I haven't heard proper English conversation for about 3 years. I'm definitely in the chill portion of the audience. So
You
fair
think
play
this
to you,
is
mate.
proper
I was
conversation?
going to say, he's
Or
really
proper
lost
English,
it.
which is
Like
even
Tag
worse.
is just put Humbrol 3D printer still has no reviews on their website.
Oh.
No one's bought it, I bet.
Yeah.
Well,
Apart from Oz.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
Um,
his laugh off. I almost tell
I
you Wolf to
seriously
fuck off.
doubt. Tenbury Wells Martin has asked if they reckon there'll be a 1/72nd scale Hercules. Whilst they've been asked many times to do their Herc, I don't think that they'll do a new one. They might redo the old one, the K version. But as for a J, I don't think they'll do that. Especially, I think Zvezda have
Best
one.
to do one.
Yeah,
And-
there's one.
And
Gallery have
seeing
one.
as the Air Force is getting rid of their J's this year, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And they haven't got any K's anymore, so
But then
It'll
again,
be
there'd
800
be,
isn't it?
there'd be a lot of good of like anniversary ones because they tend to paint the retirement tails, don't they? So to be fair, actually, could be a good shout. Could be a good shout, really, just for that.
apparently,
bit late,
Gallery are doing that.
Well, yeah. Who?
It'll already have
Yeah.
one as well.
yeah,
They
apparently
have
they're-
one as well.
Yeah, they're doing a C-130 RAF Hercules anniversary set,
Yeah.
from what I've just
Yeah.
seen.
Although it's a bit
Yeah.
of a dog to build, but you can get them a decent result.
John Marley said, to be fair, being an Airfix fanboy, I should just join ROW Club for the poster alone. Mate, send me your email. I will send you an Airfix poster, a Moz Model sticker, and a Moz Models patch, all right? And a copy of my, and a peg, yeah, and a copy of my, my zine. Send me an email, mate. It's in the About section. I'll send you a poster.
With 2 pegs as a marker page.
Moz broke the stream. I don't know what happened to the stream. I don't know. I got kicked out, and then I thought, oh no! And I thought, no, I didn't end the broadcast, so I was fine.
Oh, so it wasn't. Okay, I
It wasn't
thought I
just- it
just
wasn't
closed
just
it
you.
myself like an idiot.
No, I don't know. I think there was a blip in it because it threw me out, and then
Winter took
I
over.
came back to it being Airfix and Chill hosted by Model Minutes. So I
Yeah,
thought,
Matt
you
stole
know,
the stream.
yeah,
mine
crack on.
That's how Matt's quitting. He's stealing your channel and he's going to close everything.
there
Yeah,
can
that's
be
it,
only one.
I'm not 6510 models.
There you go. Does anyone know if Airfix will be producing a new 1:72 scale Hercules of some description in the
Well, we
future?
just discussed that.
Yeah, I'm just going to look in. I'm just going to look at my crystal ball. I think they will.
No, they
I
won't.
think they will.
No, definitely not. They might do the K version with the Bloodhound and the Land Rover as a vintage classic, but I don't think they'll do a new one.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'll do that, to be honest.
You know, Tomodigo said Moz will give you a pegging at John Marley. Here we go. We're getting into it now, aren't we? Who needs only fans when you have only pegs? Crumbs, honestly. Yeah, Mystic Moz. Yeah. Yeah, it's 16 tokens. You'll get a series 1 to 2 kit. On their website, I think, taggers, they announced that you can actually ring up Hornby. You can put a note on the flying hours saying to email me or contact me, and I'll pay by card, and they'll ring you on your number. I think they must have updated it now because there's no such thing as membership number anyway. They don't do membership numbers no more. So, but I think also you know.
Plus, who has checks anymore anyway?
I have checks.
Why?
In case I need to send something off to the Airfix Club.
Should have thought about that. I should have joined a bank who offer checks still.
420 models has left us. Thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, so if you want to join the Airfix Club, oh, by the way, also very importantly, if you can't be buggered to do the flying hours palaver, I request, all right, cut those flying hours out and send them to Models for Heroes.
Yeah,
it's a wonderful charity. I've seen that First Light. If you watch the YouTube videos, they do amazing work for people who have come out of the armed forces and the emergency services to help with their well-being, development, and social interaction. So if you don't want to go through this aggro, cut. Even if you're in America, send them to Models for Heroes, and I'll pay the postage. Send them to if you've got Airfix kits in America or whatever, and you want to send them in, and I'll refund you the postage because it only costs you a couple of quid to send them in. But they will use those models to get more kits. I think they gave them 400 kits, wasn't it, or something they mentioned at the Spitfire workshop at the factory day.
Yeah,
they've given them a load of kits. So you're not a number, you are a free modeler.
Yeah.
I get that. But yeah, so if you can, send them some Models for Heroes. I only have a checkbook as needed to buy spare from Airfix, and their system doesn't like taking car payments if you live in a flat.
I literally don't think I've ever had a checkbook. I think I had one with my university account because I thought it was funny. I got it as a meme. I've never used one.
I had to use a couple of checks to buy obscure 3D printed resin model railway items from what is essentially just an old man in his spare room.
Right, one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there! I love the children.
Well, that escalated quickly. On other news, this is apparently a model stand.
Yeah. Sir Herbert the pervert.
Yes.
Say?
Just as can some email children's. So obvious.
This has gone well off piece now. I think you might
there is very little chill in this Airfix and Chill right now.
Yeah,
maybe there's too much chill.
But anyway, so tomorrow we're going to have a live stream of the launch. We're going to start the stream at 3:30. Then at 4:00 we will discuss what we think is going to happen and have a bit of jest and banter as normal. At 4:00, this is all London time or UK time. At 4:00 we'll then switch over. We'll have the screen up anyway, and then we'll watch the premiere of the launch with Dale presenting us all these cool kits and the latest 1/24 scale, 148, 172, 135 even. I reckon there's going to be a couple of tanks as well going to be released at 4:00. Then at 20, so about 20 minutes, I've been told the video is, because I begged them, do not start the video early like last year, you beggars. Honestly, because we were there talking away, picking our noses, and then we go, oh, it's on in Q2, and they jumped it and they launched it. So we got that, and also this time, Matt, because I watched the last year's one over the weekend to see how we got on. Just make sure your microphone's on during the video, mate. Talking to yourself.
I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, hang on. I've been here this whole time and my microphone's been muted. Well done.
I'm muted. And the best bit that got me was you were saying, I'm like 10 seconds behind. Or why don't I just watch the actual live stream instead? Like, you know? And then we'll talk for half an hour, 45 minutes on, and we'll actually get the website up and go through all the releases. And then we'll have a guest on to talk to us from Airfix about their, about the things. So that's the plan. It's not guaranteed or anything. I'm just being told that there might be somebody available to come and chat to us. So definitely worth a shout tomorrow. So if you're around at 4 p.m. UK time, come and join us in the chat. We will talk to you in the chat as well. And I'm going to talk about what's going to be released, and I'm really excited. So feel free to jump on board and let us know your thoughts. Thanks, Crazy Locker. I've got a super chat from Crazy Locker. Buying a Mod 6510 Bearcat shirt in the merch store to convince Airfix to bring one out. Thank you very much. Do you know what? I ordered mine before anybody else's, and I haven't got it yet. I've ordered one for myself, and I just haven't got it yet. So, but they look brilliant. I'm really chuffed with the design of them, and the guy said to me, "Just send me the bump, and I'll design it for you." So I've got Spitfire, Hurricane, Lightning, Tornado coming through. So hopefully there'll be a range of shirts for everyone to enjoy. That's
not plan. A Meteor FR9 in support of
no, there won't be a Meteor FR9, sorry. I haven't got the blueprints for that one. A good enough blueprint to actually make a t-shirt out of it. I have looking around still, so if anybody has a blueprint of a Meteor, let me know and I can use that. But I need 3 angles, you see. On the Bearcat, have you noticed? It's really classy that they've got one of the wings is actually folded up and down. If you actually look at the design, it's actually up and down. So, but yeah, there you go. They use and there's no time limit on the tokens either for the flying hours. So any flying hours you've got, any kits, either use them yourself or donate them to Models for Heroes. So I've done my bit for Models for Heroes, and all is well in the land of Airfix and Chill. Any other questions quickly in the chat before we go?
Well, look at that old paint.
Look at that. And we'll just get you up here a minute. Hang on. Let's do that. Click.
Hello, boom. Cutie. Oh, he's so cute.
Whoa. Where was that from?
My drawer of many paints.
I never knew they brought out a super enamel. I thought it was a super acrylic. I thought it was just super enamel they brought out.
I mean, I didn't know either, and I've had it in my drawer.
I've got 2 of those. I've got those inside of a starter set in my hand right now because you've just jogged my memory. So this is, I know you can't see it, but it's the very first kit I ever built.
And, describe it to us.
It's the Airfix Hawker Hurricane Mark 1/2B in 1/72 scale, and it's a Series 2 kit. It comes with a big tube of Humble Poly Cement, one of those really tatty brushes that you get with cheap arts and crafts sets, and it comes with 2 acrylic paints, as Ms. Modeler has depicted there, which are the Humble Super Acrylic.
Where was it?
Wow.
But it's frustrating because it only comes with a brown and a green. It doesn't come with a sky to do the bottom of the Hurricane. So
mine's like a poo brown. I mean, this is the different, like, it's kind of amazing how different the pots are. Like, this is Ravel. And then this is, I want to say Hella. 99% sure it's Hella. These ones seem to actually last the best. They're all still liquid, but I've never used them. And then the really, really old Humber ones and other more recent Humbrol ones that existed, some of them seem to have lasted. I'm surprised at how many of them have actually, to be fair.
It says on the back, the paints contained in this pack allow for a basic scheme only. You're telling me it only comes with 2?
But what if there's an explosion nearby and the hurricane flips over? Well, you'd need to camouflage the bottom.
Ha! No, you just flip the world over, it'll be fine.
See, I always find that the Revel hairy sticks are crap in their they're two-sided, aren't they? You got a brush on the other side.
I've never used one.
Yeah, one's red, one's blue. So I presume the red's for acrylic and blue is for enamel.
Those brushes are horrendous.
I thought they were different thicknesses. I've got one here. I've got a.
I think they are, aren't they?
I've taken the mick, mate. I don't know what they're for. I know one side's red. I have had one before, and I thought they were complete dog shit, to be honest, for a hairy stick.
I think the red side is thinner than the blue side.
Yeah, I think they were.
You know, last stream I ordered stuff from Hella whilst we were on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that arrived on Friday. So like, literally, I ordered it 9 o'clock on Monday night, and I got it by Friday, which is ridiculous.
Did you order from there?
What did I order?
Did you order those concrete slabs?
No, because you can't buy them yet. I bought a Brigitte 693. I bought the Fuga Magister puzzle, and then I got the calendar free.
Oh, you got the calendar, didn't you? Yeah.
Which
is
is
on
the
their
reason I
website?
ordered it. Yeah.
On the Hella website.
Yeah. It was like €12 postage, I think, and it came.
That's not bad.
Parcel Force. I got it. Yeah, I literally ordered it like 9 o'clock on Monday night. Got it Friday morning. Remarkable, really.
From Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, considering distance it had to go, it came very, very quick.
Oh, they don't have any prices on the website. Why can't... Oh, is that the old Hella Mustang? No way, I built that as a kid.
Yeah.
It's €11. Are they insane for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's almost as bad as the Revell one.
Yeah.
Their pricings are
up and down.
Interesting, considering like the massive the 707 they have is like €60 for the starter set. And I think the non-starter set is even cheaper.
Yeah, the Constellation's like 30 quid.
Yeah.
30.
It's €40.
40
that.
€40,
Yeah.
And that's a huge, great thing.
And the Air France 707 without the paints and stuff is literally $49.99, which is not bad for the size. And I think the AWACS isn't much more expensive.
Yeah, you said that.
That's
yeah.
60. So it's some of the prices seem to be amazing, and then some of them you're like, huh.
I could assure you, I think we will see a real cough and a splutter when Tamiya release their prices for next year.
You think
I think they're going to go massive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a 25 to 30% increase on any Tamiya kit.
People will be
scary. It's scary.
Best
What a positive note to end on.
And on the bombshell.
On that bombshell. Yeah, nothing wrong with that bombshell, mate.
The 124th bombshell that will be released by Airfix tomorrow.
Yeah.
I also have this now. It's too big for my desk.
Oh, you got it!
Well, I got the original version of it, but
Ooh.
literally the same shit.
Where's that from? eBay?
No, it's the second-hand store. They had one left, and I've been eyeing it up for ages.
How
So
much was
also
that?
after that stream, I got that.
How much was that one?
I think I paid 30.
Can I'll swap it for a first
Nope.
and last Airfix edition.
Nope, because I actually want this.
I would
You
like
don't
to.
want it.
I'd like to
I
just
want-
very quickly
I
suggest a
love this
model
'cause it's got the book.
for Sully to make as well.
What's
Go on
that?
then. He won't build it because there's no bird's nest in it.
I can short some out.
Look at them brushes. Is that
I know.
was that in the kit?
This is in this, yeah. And you can order these brushes online. I've always wanted to. I've had one hella brush for ages, and it actually was quite good. So I'm glad I've got these so I can try them. And then you get the 2 kits. Literally a bag of paints, and then for some reason they give you one of their actual paints. Not sure why you literally get one, but you do get one actual paint, and the rest are all hella 2 tubes of hella glue, the 2 sets instructions. But yeah, I mainly wanted it for the book. And not gonna lie. I mean, it's in French, but I can just about read it, so it's fine.
You know, we were talking about their pricings. Their BF 108 on the website is €11 on its own, or €12.50 for the version with the paint.
Yeah.
Why? That's one. That's like €1. Yeah, but that's €1.50, and you're getting what? At least 3 paints, a brush, and some glue.
What's the glue like? Is it a tube of glue again?
Yeah, it looks like a tube of glue.
It is, because that's what I've got in mind.
Is it a Hornby Hobbies glue?
A humble product. No.
We were discussing this because they have carried on the numbers from Hornby, from Humbrol, but they've done their own range of paints apparently. I like that, Fenris. What are you building there, Fenris?
Oh, he's muted.
Yeah, this is just the Sea King HR3. Needing it to.
Is that Airfix?
Yeah. Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, I built it like last March and just never got around to getting it painted because I needed to mask things and then things happened. And it's so finally getting around to masking.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's it, gentlemen and ladies. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to say goodbye. Thanks all. We'll see you tomorrow if you're available from 4 p.m. And we'll chat about the and watch the Airfix launch, and then chat about it after. And hopefully we'll have an Airfix guest in. So I don't know which one yet, but hopefully they will. Thank you, Plastic Alchemist, Captain VFC, Matt, 1 minutes, Mrs. Modler, Sully, Fenris for joining me tonight. And to the rest of the chat, thank you for partaking in the chat as well. And thank you again, Crazy Locker, for the super chat. It all goes somewhere. Anyways, catch you all.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, night all. See you tomorrow. Bye.